Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading, and I apologize if you can hear loud noise in the background of helicopters going round and round. It's a bit of a Miss Saigon moment in my life. We have got a felt fire going on in the village, or in the surrounding felt around the village. Here in the Western Cape, it is fire season, wildfire season. The firefighters are on it. They're all volunteer firefighters working over a weekend. They're on it, but the helicopters are going round. It's a little bit loud. It should be over in the next hour or so, hopefully. It's all under control, but they are just very busy at the moment wrapping it up and making sure it doesn't pop up again. So that's what's going on in the background. Apologies again if you can hear droning noise in the background. It's not Tess snoring for once, but she is here, and she's disturbed by it too, by the sound. So anyway, got that out the way. And today I'm going to be looking at Prince Charles and the slimmed down monarchy and his plans and schemes. And rather a sad story from my point of view, because it's about the Wessexes, about Prince Edward and Sophie, and the way that they seemingly have been elbowed out of the way by Prince Charles in the very recent past. Of course, Prince Edward was supposed to get the title of Duke of Edinburgh. I know that it had reverted to, I think, Prince Charles on the passing of Prince Philip. But Prince Edward was promised that title. He hasn't been granted it. I know that there are legalities involved, and it's not just a straightforward of one duke passing and the other receiving the title. It's more complicated than that. But there's been no guarantee, no assurance from Prince Charles that Prince Edward will in due course receive that title. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that, of course, he didn't get the patronage of the National Theatre. It went to Camilla, and everyone thought that Prince Edward was going to get it. So it's been very noticeable that Edward and Sophie are being sidelined by Prince Charles. He's always said that he was going to slim down the monarchy, and basically we are seeing that really seems to mean cutting out Prince Andrew and his family. He's done that. He did that years ago. Now cutting out Prince Edward and his family, and basically leaving it to William and, drumroll, Harry. We suspect that Harry may be brought back into the fold to prop Prince Charles up, and I'm going to be looking at that in the next reading. But enough waffling. I'm going to be looking right now in this reading at how Prince Edward and Sophie feel, the Countess of Wessex, feel about the way they're being treated. They have been very loyal and faithful servants of the crown for a long time, done their duty, turned up in very unglamorous roles. They've been sent out to do things. They've done them uncomplainingly. He, of course, had a bit of a bad start with the royal knockout and dropping out of the Marines. Sophie had a bad start as well, but they have more than made up for it, in my opinion. She does seem very popular with the Queen. The Queen does seem very fond of her. They have brought up two lovely children, seemingly. I've read on I've gone completely blank and can't remember Lady Louise, the lovely daughter, but they seem to be out, and I want to know how they feel about being out after all this time of being in. And of course, after Prince Philip passed, there was that moment, I think it was at Windsor Castle, where the seven were lined up. It was Her Majesty the Queen, the Princess Royal, Edward and Sophie, Charles and Camilla, and William and Catherine. They were the new face of the monarchy, and they would be out supporting the Queen. She would never be alone. Wherever she was, one of them would be. And that was the deal. We all thought, okay, that's good, that's great. But now it seems to be Prince Charles is getting more and more powerful, and he is reshaping the monarchy, shall we say, in his own image. And very concerning. I would be very concerned. So let us see what is going on. And Queen of Pentacles in reverse as the underlying energy. I'm doing a 5-card reading. I am using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. For those of you who are interested, it is a plain, ordinary Rider-Waite tarot deck. all you need. I get a lot of questions about how many decks I have and why I have them and do you need them? No, you don't. For a very long time in my life as a reader, I had a very humble, very plain Rider-Waite tarot deck. It did everything I needed it to, and it still does everything I need it to. I still use it an awful lot. I have all these different tarot decks because they give different energy to these readings. I'm reading on a whole different cast of characters. The energy keeps changing and I'm trying to keep track of it as a reader. You don't need to do that in your own lives if you're reading for small groups of people, family, that kind of thing. You don't need it at all. So again, enough waffle. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, that's Her Majesty the Queen, earth sign woman. Her plans being turned upside down. I really feel from that card very clearly her plans being turned upside down there. I have an idea also that Sophie is a Capricorn. I could be horribly wrong. I need to bone up on all the cast of characters and what their astrology signs are. I always forget to do it and then caught out in a reading. I have an idea she is a Capricorn. I think she in particular is very upset because she has worked very hard. She always looks lovely. She really seems very engaged with people when she's out and about doing her charitable work. She really seems very involved, very kind, very compassionate, very low key but very dutiful and diligent. So yeah, possibly two earth sign women there that are quite upset about what is going on. Her Majesty the Queen could be upset. Sophie also, I think, is very upset at what is going on. Heart of the matter then, for them, we get the High Priestess. It's a card of secrets and really playing cards close to your chest, silence. You're looking for wisdom, looking for a soul purpose, looking for an answer to something really. She guards the gates, that figure, that feminine figure, the intuition. And I think that they are struggling to understand what's going on right now, that it is quite a mystery to them. Quite honestly, I think it's come to them quite suddenly, this change of direction. As I say, they were trotted out last year as the new face of the royals. They got prime spot. The Sussexes were gone, and that was what was left of the monarchy. And of course the Yorks were not in the picture. So what's left? The Wessexes. I think they really are genuinely quite mystified, and that card is telling me that there is a mystery around this, and we're hopefully going to get to the bottom of the mystery in this reading. And so how do they feel, Sophie and Prince Edward? How do they feel the Star? Well, they're hopeful. That's interesting. They are hopeful that all is not lost. It's major arcana. That if they keep doing their work, their good work, keep quiet and keep doing their work, keep optimistic, keep hopeful, keep on their paths, that perhaps all is not going to turn out as badly as it might look for them right now. So let's see how they feel about Prince Charles right now. Their feelings towards Prince Charles and this very obvious new direction, they're very unhappy about it. No surprise. 4 of Wands in reverse. It's the unhappy home. It's rocked them to their foundations. They were very happy. They were very comfortable. They enjoyed what they were doing. They felt very secure. There is Windsor Castle. They have a lovely home nearby, and all good, all lovely. Now their world has been really shaken. It's been turned upside down. They no longer feel safe. They no longer feel secure. They no longer feel like their home is secure even. They feel that they may be ousted from their homes if Prince Charles has his way, and that they're going to really be ripped from their homes and cast out. That's very traumatic. It is very traumatic for them. It's sitting above this underlying energy of the whole reading. I read that as Sophie in particular, feeling very unhappy, very concerned. She really has given an awful lot to the royal family for very little reward, I would say, and she's feeling it now. So what is going on behind the scenes? What is Prince Charles up to? Why is he doing this? He has always said he was going to slim down the monarchy, but there is barely anyone left of an age that can usefully be wheeled out and sent on missions far and wide and survive the experience. So what is he up to? What is his motivation for doing this? And we're all, of course, thinking of one petulant prince in Montecito. Worry. Stress, worry, sleepless nights. He's extremely, extremely worried about something. And again, the petulant prince springs to mind. He's extremely worried about Prince Harry, I would say, because that is of the obvious reason for him doing this. He's extremely worried about Prince Harry. He's extremely worried about possibly things that he knows, secrets that he knows, things that are going on that we are not privy to. We can do tarot readings and we can all speculate, and we all do, and of course we do. But there is something going on that is deeply troubling to him. I don't think it is Her Majesty's health. I think he's very up to date with what is going on, very aware of what is going on with her, preparing like crazy, I would say, behind the scenes for what is inevitably coming. Let's not go down that road right now. Just read on it. Very traumatic reading for me. And I know for a lot of you. But yeah, he is deeply disturbed. He is deeply worried. I think he's deeply concerned about where the monarchy is heading to. But I think it's more personal than that with the Nine of Swords. I think it really is personal about his own reputation, about his son's reputation. Of course, there's a sword of Damocles hanging over Camilla right now with Harry's book and what Harry might say. Prince Charles has everything to lose right now. And of course, one of the ways of salvaging his reputation, salvaging the situation, is to bring Harry back, regardless of what we may feel. Bring him back into the fold, shut him up, give him his uniforms back, and then sacrifice the Wessexes on the altar of Prince Charles's need to be king, and keep Harry silent. And I am going to be reading on that as soon as I finish this reading, so we'll see more clearly about that, hopefully. But yeah, he's a very anxious and very worried and a very stressed man. And Tess is having a little bit of a scratch. Sorry about that. It's a very noisy day. It's very jangly energy. We're heading towards the full moon. Everything seems to be very intense at the moment. People's emotions are raw. Fires burning everywhere. And let's see what the outcome is for the Wessexes right now. In the near future for the Wessexes, they're going to stay working. They're going to stay working as royals. I'm very pleased to see that card, actually. And they're going to be okay. They're going to just carry on, soldier on. I said this with the Star card. I got that feeling. And the Eight of Pentacles underneath it is backing me up, that is what's going to be happening, that's what they're going to be doing. Just keep plodding on. I want to see one card, extra card. This reading has gone on a little bit because I have been rambling. I want just one card, please, to tell me how they're going to be, and that's too soon. I haven't asked the question yet, so I'm going to put it back. How the Wessexes will do with Prince William. And I need to silence Tess. So back to my question. How are the Wessexes going to do when Prince William is king? Are they going to be around? Are they going to be working royals? Will they have been sidelined? What is Prince William's attitude to the Wessexes and their role in the royal family? His current attitude, what his plans are for them. Because we're always told that William and Charles are working together. It doesn't seem like it right now. Let's see. The whole thing has come out. And maybe we're not going to get an answer. The whole, interesting to me, we might have our answer. We have these two cards, which I think are my answer. We have the Hermit and the Ten of Swords. That the Hermit is going to be ruined and destroyed when William is around. That is the answer. The Virgo is going to be ruined and destroyed, finished. And I would imagine that if the Wessexes are kicked out right now by Prince Charles, they will be reinstated with Prince William, and he may even have given them some kind of assurance about that. Sophie is very unhappy with what's going on, understandably, but it doesn't look like Prince William is going to keep Harry around, and it looks like they're going to be okay under him. I will do a separate reading on that at some stage, just a quick few cards to see what's going on. And that is it. Very unhappy pair at the moment, very worried Prince Charles, but they are going to be working royals for the time being. And I'm happy to see that. I'm particularly happy to see it for Sophie. I've grown really fond of her as the years have gone past. I think she is a real asset to the royal family, and it would be incredibly stupid of Prince Charles to just throw her overboard for the sake of his very ungrateful and very undeserving son. That's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.